The timeless wisdom of the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus echoes through the ages. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Perhaps you've encountered the proverbial saying, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Today, we delve into this concept through the lens of Stoicism, exploring the 7 types of individuals who can hinder our progress in Stoic philosophy and learning how to navigate these complex relationships. Before we embark on this journey, I kindly ask for your support by liking this video, thus aiding in the dissemination of Stoic wisdom. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and activate the bell to stay updated on all future content. Let's begin with the first archetype, the complainer. We all have that friend, family member, or co-worker who habitually finds fault in everything: the weather, their job, or even the food at a renowned restaurant. You might wonder, why should this concern me? Can't I just ignore them? However, prolonged exposure to such negativity takes a toll on our mental well-being, akin to a leak slowly draining our emotional energy reservoir. Stoicism teaches us to focus on actionable solutions rather than dwelling on problems. For instance, imagine collaborating on a project with a perpetual complainer. Each meeting becomes an exhausting session of complaints, undermining team morale and diverting us from finding solutions. Strategies for dealing with complainers include limiting exposure, mentally distancing ourselves during their complaints, or steering conversations towards constructive solutions. Stoic wisdom reminds us of our power over our minds, urging us to guard our mental peace diligently against chronic complainers. Now, let's delve into the archetype of the drama magnet, a captivating yet turbulent force in the sea of life. Picture yourself sailing through calm waters, the horizon clear and promising. Suddenly, you encounter the whirlpool of the drama magnet. This individual seems to attract crises and conflicts like a magnet, unsettling the tranquility of those around them. Initially alluring, their energy soon proves exhausting and perilous. Their perpetual whirlwind of chaos has a gravitational pull that draws others in, leaving them struggling in turbulent waters. For instance, imagine a friend who consistently finds themselves embroiled in conflicts within your social circle. Their dramas become a recurrent theme, overshadowing moments of peace and camaraderie. How do you navigate such treacherous currents? One approach is reflective listening, a technique that involves mirroring their words back to them to provide empathetic support without becoming entangled in the chaos yourself. Additionally, setting boundaries and selectively withdrawing availability can help safeguard your own mental and emotional well-being amidst the storm of drama. Stoic philosophy reminds us to value our time and peace of mind, steering our ships clear of tumultuous waters and towards the serene shores of tranquility. Let's now explore the archetype of the naysayer, the perennial skeptic who casts doubt on every endeavor, dimming the brilliance of life's aspirations. Imagine yourself as the artist of your own destiny, each stroke of the brush adding depth and color to your vision. Enter the naysayer, casting shadows of doubt upon your canvas with their persistent skepticism. Their words, like strokes of gray paint, threaten to dull the vibrancy of your dreams. Consider sharing your aspirations with them, only to be met with a litany of reasons why your ambitions are unattainable. Their doubts, like a heavy fog, obscure the path ahead, leaving you questioning the validity of your own dreams. How do you navigate the murky waters of skepticism and self-doubt? One approach is to seek advice from the naysayer, inviting them to offer constructive feedback rather than outright criticism. By engaging them in a dialogue focused on solutions rather than obstacles, you may find that their skepticism transforms into constructive input. Additionally, practicing positive confrontation can help challenge their doubts and encourage a more optimistic outlook. Stoic philosophy teaches us to listen twice as much as we speak, discerning valuable insights amidst the noise of skepticism. By embracing this principle, we can navigate the labyrinth of doubt with clarity and conviction, remaining steadfast in pursuit of our aspirations. Now, let's turn our attention to the archetype of the victim, the perennial martyr who blames external forces for their own misfortunes, perpetually casting themselves as the hapless protagonist in life's narrative. Imagine life as a game of chess, each player maneuvering their pieces strategically in pursuit of victory. You approach the board with a sense of purpose, carefully planning your moves and anticipating your opponent's strategies. Enter the victim, who sees every setback as evidence of some external force working against them. Rather than strategizing and adapting to changing circumstances, they resign themselves to defeat, blaming fate for their own shortcomings. Their narrative is one of perpetual woe, with themselves cast as the helpless victim in a world of adversaries. Consider a friend who constantly bemoans their misfortunes, attributing every setback to some external force beyond their control. Their tales of woe become a recurring theme in your interactions, leaving you feeling drained and disheartened. How do you break free from the cycle of victimhood and reclaim agency over your own destiny? One approach is compassionate detachment, offering empathy and support without enabling their victim mentality. By maintaining healthy boundaries and refusing to be drawn into their narrative of defeat, you can preserve your own mental and emotional well-being. Stoic philosophy reminds us that while we cannot always control external circumstances, we can always choose how we respond to them. By embracing this principle, we can break free from the chains of victimhood and forge our own path to resilience and empowerment. Now, let's explore the archetype of the manipulator, the subtle puppeteer who seeks to control the narrative of your life, bending it to their will without your consent. Imagine yourself as the protagonist of your own story, the author of your destiny, with a clear vision of how you want your narrative to unfold. Enter the manipulator, a shadowy figure who subtly twists the plot, altering the course of your journey without your knowledge. They employ flattery, guilt trips, and deceit to manipulate you into serving their agenda, leaving you feeling like a mere pawn in their game. Consider a friend who always seems to get their way by appealing to your sense of guilt or obligation. Their requests may seem innocent enough at first, but over time, you realize that you're being manipulated into doing things you're not comfortable with. How do you break free from the web of manipulation and reclaim control over your own narrative? One approach is to practice assertive communication, setting clear boundaries and refusing to be swayed by emotional coercion. By asserting your autonomy and refusing to be manipulated, you can reclaim your power and steer your story in the direction you choose. Stoic philosophy reminds us that while we cannot always control the actions of others, we can always choose how we respond to them. By embracing this principle, we can break free from the shackles of manipulation and forge our own path with integrity and authenticity. Now, let's delve into the archetype of the toxic positivist, the eternal optimist who insists on seeing the world through rose-colored glasses, dismissing any hint of negativity as unwelcome intrusions in the garden of life. Imagine your life as a garden, with each experience and emotion represented by a different plant. There are flowers, yes, but there are also weeds and pests that threaten to choke the life out of your garden. Enter the toxic positivist, who insists on ignoring anything that isn't a blooming rose, dismissing your legitimate concerns and struggles as mere distractions. Consider a time when you were going through a difficult period, seeking solace and understanding from a friend, only to be met with platitudes and empty reassurances. Their relentless optimism may seem uplifting at first, but over time, it leaves you feeling invalidated and disconnected from your own emotions. How do you cultivate your garden without letting the toxic positivist trample over it with their indiscriminate sprinkling of positivity? One approach is to engage them in a dialogue that embraces both light and shadow, acknowledging the complexities of human emotion and the realities of life's challenges. By validating your own experiences and emotions, you can maintain a sense of authenticity and integrity in the face of relentless optimism. Stoic philosophy reminds us that true happiness is not found in the absence of negativity, but in our ability to embrace life's complexities with equanimity and grace. By cultivating emotional resilience and embracing life's ups and downs, we can cultivate a garden that flourishes in all its richness and diversity. Now, let's explore the archetype of the time vampire, the insidious presence that seeks to drain your time and energy, leaving you feeling depleted and overwhelmed. Imagine your daily routine as a symphony, with each task and commitment represented by a different instrument. Together, they create a harmonious melody that guides you through the day with purpose and clarity. Enter the time vampire, screeching off-key and disrupting the melody with their incessant demands and interruptions. They may not be malicious, but their constant need for attention and validation leaves you feeling drained and exhausted. Consider a colleague who constantly interrupts you with trivial questions, or a friend who monopolizes your time with endless social invitations. Their presence may seem innocuous at first, but over time, it becomes clear that they're sapping your time and energy, leaving little room for your own needs and priorities. How do you protect your symphony from being ruined by a time vampire? One approach is to practice assertive time management, setting clear boundaries and prioritizing your own needs and commitments. By allocating your time and energy wisely, you can ensure that each note of your symphony is played with intention and purpose. Stoic philosophy reminds us that time is one of our most precious resources, one that should be allocated wisely and judiciously. By practicing mindfulness and setting boundaries, we can reclaim control of our time and conduct our lives with purpose and intention. And so, as we reach the final crescendo of today's exploration, let us not forget the importance of self-awareness in our Stoic journey. While it's easy to recognize these archetypes in others, the true challenge lies in recognizing them within ourselves. Are we unwittingly playing the role of the complainer, the drama magnet, the naysayer, the victim, the toxic positivist, the manipulator, or the named vampire in someone else's life? Stoicism teaches us that true wisdom begins with self-awareness, with the willingness to examine our own thoughts, actions, and motivations with honesty and humility. If today's discussion has sparked a realization, an epiphany, or even just a moment of introspection, I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's engage in a dialogue that enriches us all, that deepens our understanding of ourselves and each other, and that brings us closer to the virtues of Stoic resilience and wisdom. Until next time, may your choices align with your virtues, may your actions reflect your wisdom, and may your life be the masterpiece you're meant to create.